Alan, I'm certain that you haven't been out of school for very long, so I'm certain that it's kind of fresh. What do you wish that you had known, or if you could go back and pick that one skill?
Well, for me, I mean, being with having a heavy curriculum is mostly like, oh yeah, I'm going to focus on my work, and that's it. And then talking in regards to ambition, networking is probably one of the skill sets that you kind of learn, that I'm learning to develop now, but that you definitely would have to learn how to develop after you graduate, because in meeting people in a non-friend acquaintance situation, it's a different set of it's a different set of rules that you have to learn how to incorporate into your own style in order to meet people and just be able to, I guess, talk about opportunities, whether it's you're providing a service or if somebody else is providing a service, and also learning how to make that a strong relationship and being a strong, dedicated worker. So that is probably something that I think you learn to develop on your own, and you have to learn how to have your own style about. So that's one thing.
Yeah, network and dedication definitely make a difference. And Krysta, your thoughts on things you wish that they taught in school, or you wish that you had a class before you got thrown into the mix?
I don't know if it's possible to teach it, but the one thing I really had to do is become extremely creative with problem solving. When you work for a nonprofit, you have a very limited budget and a lot to do. And so you have to come up with these amazing solutions in no time and no money. And it takes being quick on your feet and thinking way outside of the box, and like, how can we solve this? You know, we were putting on this massive fundraiser gala last year, and it was the day before, and our podium sign wasn't the right sign, and I had to figure out how to do it, and I had to call my friend who was a graphic designer, thank God, and printed it out and rushed it over, and it took $5 and 2 hours. But we made it happen, and you have to figure out ways in every possible path in trying to find the right solution to a problem when it's when you're struggling with very limited budget and very limited resources. You have to pull your brain power and be very creative, and I think that there are definitely ways you can learn that in school, but it's something that it's not really a class.
Yeah, I don't think they would, the task would be how do we reset this in class, but those are things that will come up, and I think that that's a really good point, that students wouldn't learn that in public class. So we're going to turn it over now to Q&A, and we're going to have people walking around with microphones. So if anyone has any questions, you can open up the question to the entire panel or go person by person. So.
Hello. Hi. This is a question for Jenny. I'm also in fashion design. So it's a two-part question. One of them has to do with your fabrics. And you say it's organic, but then in terms of how eco-friendly is it? Because there's dyeing that's involved, and also there's sense that a lot of fabrics aren't really decomposable. So how truly eco-friendly are your fabrics? The second part has to do with the exclusive nature of the fashion industry. As someone with a business background and someone who also is in this organic movement, do you feel like you're part of this like very exclusive nature of the fashion industry, where they don't really value either business mindset in the traditional sense or organic fabrics?
Okay, so part one, I think there's limits to everything, and it's the most honest person that's going to say we do our best to have the certification and really research our vendors. And so in terms of organic cotton, the thing that's interesting about it is you sort of just think of it as a fabric. But as John said, it goes back to the people planting the seed and where that seed comes from and what's in that seed. Is it just cotton, or is there strange GMO, tweaking going on there, which then alters, the whole landscape in general? What pesticides, insecticides, defoliations are being used? So with organic cotton, thankfully, you're already checking a lot of chemicals off the list right away. If it's certified organic, you're really just slashing that down to the bare minimums. Then it comes down to producing the fabric, like I said, picking, and then creation of weaving of fabric, everything from defoliation, which basically makes the cotton, it forces the cotton to die off so you can pull the strands from the little plant there. Also, formaldehyde is used in the processing. So once again, once you're working with organic, these certification processes ensure that your fabric's not going through any of those steps of formaldehyde, etc. It's usually a natural scour with water and a gentle soap. Then finally, the dyeing. Usually low impact dyes are used with organic cotton. So not only is the water running away cleaner, some facilities actually recycle their water, so there is no kind of water leaving the plant. They're just continually recycling it through. So that's a wonderful component to organic cotton. But like I said, we do have to depend on a lot of certification processes, and I already have a lot on my plate. So one day I hope to be out in the field really investigating all this stuff in person. The second part of your question, if I think I understood it correctly, this idea that I'm business oriented as well as eco, do I feel I'm included or excluded? Is that your question? Or